Welcome to your Morning Boost, brought to you by AWB Education. Here, we amplify knowledge, widen reach, and broaden impact in education, delivering your daily dose of professional development. This program is sponsored by Grundmeyer Leader Services, where together we are transforming education, one leader at a time. Now, get ready to amplify your day with your Morning Boost.
All right, happy Friday, boosters. Welcome to Friday. It's been a great week so far. Hopefully it's been a good week for you in school as well, and got a weekend coming up that I know every single one of you, if you're listening to this show and you're an educator, you've earned a great weekend. So I'm excited about getting to that weekend together. We are back for the final day here with Dr. Lang and Dr. Townsley as we discuss grading practices. And here we go. We got one more question to finalize our week here. So, gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We're going to pay a couple bills here quick, and then we'll be right back with that last question, question number 5. All right, guys, here we go. Question number 5. I know been talking all week long about some just amazing stuff that you guys have in your book, have in the work that you do. So here we go. The question is, changing grading practices often causes an implementation dip. What is the one leadership behavior most effective for helping staff and the community successfully navigate and overcome that resistance?
Yeah, well, it's amazing when you're working on school improvement and you're in the trenches and you're really trying to focus on transformational change, just how often we forget about our customers, the students themselves. And that's where we got to bring them in. I've seen so many great examples and been fortunate to be a part of them as well in the schools that I've served, of students being at the table, celebrating, sharing success stories where they've been able to have more clarity about what the expectations were for learning and high achievement, and how they were able to really grasp and tackle them on all ends of the spectrum, and then really set forth a path. And so you need to, as a leader, identify opportunities to celebrate those successes with your school board and with your community, perhaps even some business employers or community partners that would just love to see that clarity around some behavioral attributes or some 21st century skills identified in standards. And just let the kids talk a little bit about their experience, maybe a before and after, or what's different for you around learning. And I also think it's not a bad idea to reach out to some of your higher ed partners in the community and sort of maybe help quell some of those myths about, well, they're going to be at a disadvantage if their grade card looks different or something like that, which we know is simply just not true. Based on the feedback that we've heard from higher ed institutions all around the world. But let's have the kids' voice involved. That's where I would definitely lean into.
Yeah. Hard to disagree there, Chad. I think as I think about what this question's all about, the implementation dip and the research that's behind it, like my former school district was unfortunately a case study in that regard for a while. And as we looked around, there were some classrooms that were really, that there were teachers that were really rocking it. And there were some teachers that maybe weren't yet confident in what this grading shift was all about. And unfortunately, that was maybe being communicated maybe subconsciously to the students in the classroom. And so now we've got students in the classroom who are uncertain about what grade they're getting and why and what this grade shift is all about. Well, that almost guarantee you, is going to translate back to home, where a parent now is frustrated, uncertain, and whatever. And so as, kind of looked around and tried to figure out, like, what should we do about it? We said, got to start with the customer, got to start with the student. And a practice that we did was actually found out was replicated in a school district in Illinois when I was out there last week. It's simply having stations. Think of like an early out dismissal, but not really an early out, where just there's shortened periods during the school day, and then students go through rotations like in the afternoon. If you can visualize that out there, boosters. And those stations being something like, what's a standard? Another station being something like, what's a rubric or a scale and how do I interpret it? Another, a station being something like, what's reassessment and how do I get involved in it? And so students are being taught, 5-6 minute station is all it is, by somebody who knows this concept well and is helping students understand what it is and how they can be a benefactor of it. In my school district, we recorded those little sessions. We sent them home to parents so they could also see it. But what we were really hoping to do in this school district in Illinois, the theory of action, if you will, is Students that get it equal parents that get it. And I think that's really what can help school districts, accelerate through, perhaps even avoid an implementation dip, right? Like sometimes we think we want to just start sending out more information directly to parents, having more parent meetings, sending out more videos and things like that. Don't get me wrong, we should do those things. But let's go to the students first. And when they get it, like this school in Illinois, like what they were, thinking about is like, who can actually teach the parents the best? Probably their kids.
Mhm.
And so let's not forget about the customer, as Chad reminded us.
That is awesome. That is really awesome stuff. Guys, I tell you, it's really a shame that there's only 5 days in a week because I would have brought you guys back for even more of these. This is great. We're going to have to do this again sometime. Before we're done, though, today, you guys have given us a lot of knowledge, but I know there's a lot more left that we didn't tap into. How do our listeners get a hold of you if they want to reach out and learn some more, partner with you, get into the work that you guys are doing? How do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, we love to chat with people, consult them, ask questions, kick around ideas. I mean, certainly we're not the experts and the be all end all. And I think the grading community, as it might be larger, are great about that. I mean, they're just really great about it. And schools are great. And I think that's what's awesome about our field. But and Matt and I both like to curate resources and articles and things in different ways, and sometimes publications or even podcast episodes like this. So you can go to my websites, recalibrateedservices.com, or look me up on LinkedIn, Chad Lang, and connect with me that way. I'm happy to do that. And hopefully you find it helpful for your journey, wherever you're at as a booster or just a school leader out there doing your thing. So thanks for the opportunity, Adam.
Yes, Chad mentioned, love to curate resources to really support, teachers, administrators out there that really want to do this work at a high level. And so hop on Google and actually type in all things standards-based grading, all things standards-based grading. It will take you directly to my website where there's, again, links to podcasts, links to articles, links to books, links to examples out there in the field. I think that's just a great resource for anyone out there listening. And I'm still on the old X at MC Townsley for those that are still hanging out there on Twitter X. I'm also experimenting out there in Blue Sky, same handle at MC Townsley. Love to chat there, DM, whatever it might be, to share ideas and kick around the latest research as well, as Chad alluded to.
Well, I certainly follow the stuff you guys do on the socials because you are very active, which is awesome. If you're looking for another article too, one of your latest articles we posted on the AWB Education webpage too is How Change Happens, I believe, Breaking the Grading Habit. I think one step at a time, if I nailed that right. Excellent article right there. But again, you guys just have a wealth of knowledge, and I'm glad that you're just willing to share it with us. Thanks again, gentlemen. Really appreciate you being here this week. This has been a fun week, and I think we're going to have to figure out when we're going to do this again because, like I said, you have a lot of knowledge that can really help all of our leaders out there doing the great work every day. Boosters, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful weekend because I know you have earned it. We'll be back again next week with some more on your Morning Boost. But until that time, thank you for listening. We will talk with you again next week.
That concludes another episode of Your Morning Boost. We hope today's daily dose of professional development helps you amplify knowledge, widen reach, and broaden impact. Your Morning Boost is an AWB education production brought to you with the generous support of Grundmeyer Leader Services. Join us again tomorrow for more. Until then, keep boosting your impact.